Hi everybody, welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I'm going to read you a story tonight about a boy and his blankie. You know, sometimes we have a blankie that we really, really love, but sometimes we might get a little old for our blankie and Mom and Dad might want to take it away. And that can be a little bit difficult, but we've got a story that'll help us work through that, and it's called Owen. Owen, that's the boy's name, is Owen. And we need to get into this book and find out what happens with Owen's blankie. Are you ready to get inside this book with Miss Dorothy? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up, because here we go.
Owen, written by Kevin Henkes. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He'd had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all his heart. Oh, look at Owen. He loves that yellow blankie. Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, upside down. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, applesauce cake. Ooh, Fuzzy is a very dirty blanket. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? The neighbor is saying. Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific, big boy gift in its place. It's time for Owen to give up his blanket, 'cause he's getting so big. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and went to sleep. He's not going to lose his blanket. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said Owen's mother. No wonder, said Owen's father. It didn't work. They didn't get rid of the blanket. Fuzzy's dirty, said Owen's mother. Fuzzy's torn and ratty, said Owen's father. No, said Owen. Fuzzy is perfect. And Fuzzy was. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen. Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. Bet you can't see me. Owen is so silly with his blankie. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. He liked to take Fuzzy with him whenever he was scared. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick? Owen's parents haven't. Mrs. Tweezer filled them in. Mrs. Tweezer has another idea. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it. He picked a new favorite corner. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around his sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it up again. Good as new, said Owen. He is not getting rid of that blankie. Fuzzy wasn't fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it and hugged it and twisted it. He loves his blankie so much. What are they going to do? What are we going to do? Asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of saying no? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Owen's parent hadn't. Mrs. Tweezer filled them in. Sometimes you have to say no. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry and would not stop. Uh-oh. Don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then suddenly, Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First she snipped, and then she sewed, and then she snipped again and sewed some more. What's she doing to Fuzzy? Snip, 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 sew, 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 dry your eyes, wipe your nose, hooray, hooray! She cut up Fuzzy and turned him into tissues. Now Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes. He doesn't have to have a blankie anymore. He has a handkerchief. And Mrs. Tweezer doesn't say a thing.
Wow, that was a good book, and that was a smart mom. She figured out what to do. Owen just could not give up his blankie, but when it came time to go to school, he couldn't take his blankie with him. He was getting too big for it, and the blankie was getting too worn out and too small. It wasn't going to be fuzzy anymore, and Mom knew just what to do. She made a whole bunch of little blankies out of it, just little hankies that Owen could carry and share with other people. And that made Owen happy, and Mom and Dad happy, and even the lady next door happy. This was a good book. I'm glad Mom and Dad figured out what to do about Owen's blankie. You know, sometimes Mom and Dad need to say, we can't take that with us, and you're going to need to listen. But if it's nighttime and it's time for bed, Mom and Dad might let you take your blankie there with you. Like right now, because it's time for all my little friends to get into bed. I need you to get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And tomorrow, if you have a blankie that you want to take or a toy and Mom says, no, 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 you have to leave that home. Remember, obey. And obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy, because I'm going to be sitting right here, ready to read another book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it, and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.